Jaylen Lott's announcing his commitment decision later tonight. Very interesting prospect. I'm really not sure what side of the ball I like him better on, and sometimes when I say that, that's because I don't think they're good at either side of the ball. I think this kid's a legit prospect on both sides of the ball, so we're going to watch him as a receiver, but we're going to touch on some of the stuff he does at cornerback. 6', 176, Panther Creek in Frisco, Texas. As always, you guys let me know what you think about Jaylen Lott. Anybody else you guys want me to get on the YouTube channel? Recruiting's going to slow down just a little bit here in the next couple weeks, so I can certainly get caught up on guys that aren't committing or who have been committed, whatever you guys want. So on the defensive side of the ball, really like this kid's hips. I think he's got really fluid hips. Just really checks the boxes of what you're looking for at cornerback. I think he's played a lot more offense, but I really can't tell because he looks very, very good on the defensive side of the ball. Looks like he knows what he's doing. On offense, I see this player as very early. He's going to be effective as both a gadget and a field stretcher. Usually we won't be talking about somebody coming into college with both of those traits. Usually we can usually throw them in one of the two, but very, very good with the ball in his hands. I think 24/7 kind of underrated his rack ability, but I like him at 6 foot. What he does with the ball in his hands. And I think he's got really good long speed. 11:10, we have an 11:1, 11:10 100-meter time. I think he's faster than that on the football field. This is him outrunning a dude in cover 3 who's got a 7-yard, not more than that. Yeah, 7-yard advantage, 8-yard advantage, and still outruns him. Now, not great technique from this corner here. Probably want to keep his ass to the sideline a little bit. But Jaylen Lott ate that space up in the matter of a couple seconds. So really like his top end. I'm not worried about the long speed at all. Real track athlete. You see that on the goes and the posts. The one thing I will tell you on the offensive side of the ball, we don't see a whole lot of nuanced route running. A lot of it is just gadget type plays, end arounds, and then a lot of it's just straight up goes and posts. So we won't see a lot of change of direction before he has the ball in his hands. And what I mean by that is we don't really know about the route running, in my opinion. But you see him with the ball in his hands. He just has to get it to translate to the route running. And honestly, he might be a better route runner than I'm giving him credit for. Just don't see it. Just the routes he was asked to run in high school. Just something that we don't see a whole lot of in this film here. But great athlete, very explosive, really good top end. And then you see the change of direction with the ball in his hand. We'll wait a little bit to say anything else, but good hands also, really good ball tracking. That goes hand in hand with the field stretching. And then you see a lot of this also, these end arounds. Really, really good with the ball in his hand. I think he's pretty elusive. 24/7 doesn't, but to each his own. Great catch here. I'm not a big fan of this release. Not really on him. I don't know why this is getting coached the way it is, and every time I see it, I mention it. This is something that I think looks a lot cooler than it is actually effective. I mean, you guys let me know. I assume you all are a decent amount of football coaches, football fans, but I see this all the time. It's just such a waste of time to me. It doesn't end up mattering, but I'm just like, one move one way or the other, it's all the same. Like, when you do stuff like that, you might fool the kid, but you might end up making him go the right way. You just fooled him on the first time you faked to the right, and then you actually went to the right. I don't know. That's my opinion, but coachable 100%. That's something that might be gone the first week of practice at the next level, to be honest. But this is what we talk about when we say explosiveness and long speed. Doesn't take a whole lot to get him going, and then he doesn't run out of steam for a while. And at 6 foot, we won't be asking him to be dominant in the catch ball situations, but really good at the catch point situations. I mean, won't be throwing him a whole lot of jump balls, but that's a very, you just check the box off. Very, really good ball skills, I think. once we see this athletic ability translate into the route running, I mean, this is a very high-end prospect in my opinion. Don't really talk about this a whole lot at 6 foot because I usually only bring it up if it's an issue with some of the taller prospects. But when we talk about flexibility, I was mentioning the hips on the defensive side of the ball, it matters a bit more. But this is that change of direction, those fluid hips showing up on the other side of the ball. Very good adjustments, not just an eye thing. It's also if your body can actually do it or not. Not necessarily a rare skill set at 6 foot, but definitely kids around the country that can't do that at 6 foot. I think he got flagged for a push off here, but I don't even care. That's a hell of a catch. Probably not going to play quarterback at the next level. Not a bad throw for not a quarterback. I couldn't make that throw, that's for sure. All right, that was Jaylen Lott. You guys let me know what you think about him. Again, anybody in this 2026 class, starting to fill out my 27 board as well. So just drop names for me to watch. I get bored and I need some football players to watch every now and then. Thanks for watching.